Yes, good afternoon. Whether you are good? Yes, feeling very good. You are so smart, right? Because you are following the classes regularly. On the online Zoom session, everyone are saying the answers correctly. So very good. Claps to you, okay? Then, so any doubts you have, don't hesitate to ask. Just ask me, okay? Now, what is the lesson we are seeing? That is the second lesson, right? Nutrition in animals. For the past 3 classes we are seeing it, right? Okay, nutrition in animals. What is the topic which we covered in the last class? What is the topic we covered in the last class? Yes, we have seen digestion in human beings. Digestion in human beings, okay? Now shall we move into it? Okay, fine. So these are all the content, right? We have completed up to introduction about food, different ways of taking food, digestion in humans. Yes, then today we are going to see about digestion in animals and in amoeba, and then we are going to have a recap. Fine? Okay. Let's recap once what we have studied in the last class. We have studied about human digestive system, right? Okay, human digestive system. What is the process of taking in food by human beings? The mode of taking food by human beings is called as the mode of taking food by human beings is called as. Yes, your answers fast. Yes, good. So holozoic, right? Okay, and then we have seen how many steps are involved in the digestion. There are how many steps? Yes, there are 5 steps. Nothing but ingestion, taking in food, and then digestion, absorption, assimilation, and then digestion. Right? Keep in mind ingestion, then digestion, absorption, assimilation, and then digestion. Right? Okay, the parts, various parts in our body are associated with this digestive system, and some other, including apart from these parts, some other glands are also involved. Yes, the parts such as buccal cavity, right? That is the mouth. We have seen about mouth, and then esophagus, then stomach, right? Small intestine, large intestine, anus, and then rectum. Yes, these are called as alimentary canals. These are called as alimentary canals. Apart from this, there are the glands. They are liver, then pancreas. Liver and pancreas are also involved in this digestion process. Okay. So, these are together called as digestive system. The path, I said no, there is a path means the way which they travel. So, the path which is travelled by the food, that is called as digestive tract. T-R-A-C-T. Digestive tract. So, the food is taken in by the mouth. So, the teeth help in mechanical breakdown of food, that is chewing. So, our mouth has salivary gland. Yes, liver, pancreas, and then salivary gland. These are the 3 glands which are associated with the digestive system. So, in salivary gland, saliva is secreted. Saliva is secreted. It is one of the juices which is produced for the process of digestion. So, the mechanical breakdown of food takes place, and then the food which is broken down are mixed with the saliva. So this process is called as mastication. Right? The process of mixing of food with saliva is called as mastication. After that, the food enters into the esophagus. Here you have 2 tracts. Yes, one is the windpipe and then the food pipe. After that, it reaches the stomach. So here liver secretes bile juice which is stored in gallbladder, and then pancreas secretes what? Pancreatic juices. So after the digestion in the stomach, it reaches the small intestine. Inside the small intestine, the complete digestion process takes place. After the digestion process is completed in the small intestine, the food is sent through what? Villi, right? They are small finger-like structure which are present inside the small intestine. After it passes through the villi, it is circulated to the body, and the blood cells which are present there, they absorb it. And then it utilizes for the energy. They are digestion, absorption and assimilation. After that, the undigested food material are sent out through the large intestine. Inside the large intestine, it absorbs some water and some material. So, and the remaining wastes are stored in rectum and sent out through anus periodically. Up to this, the digestion process is completed. Now, we will move to the next. Okay. So, now we are going to see the digestion process in grass eating animals. So, grass eating animal comes under the category of yes, your answers, herbivore or carnivore or omnivore? They are herbivore. Okay, good. So, these are the some examples of grass eating animals: cow, buffalo and then horse. Yes, have you seen that animal, that cow, buffaloes, they used to continually chew their mouths, right, after eating also? Yes, have you watched that? Yes or no? Yes. Now we are going to see about the digestion process in the cow. That is the grass eating animal. So, they have a separate, buffalo is and other grass eating animal swallow grass. First they used to bite and then they do not chew it. As soon as they bite it, they send it through the stomach. Okay. So, buffaloes and other grass eating animals swallow grass and store in a separate part of stomach called rumen. What is that? Rumen. Yes, this is the structure of rumen. Okay. And then the rumen food is partially digested and is called cud. First they used to take it, bite it for 2 to 3 times, chew it for 2 to 3 times, and then not the complete digestion process takes place there. They, as it is, sent it to the rumen and stored it. So that partially digested food is called as cud. C-U-D. Okay, that partially digested food is called cud. See, they are stored, right, a day before grain and 2 days which they eat. Now we will see how the digestion process takes place there. So, rumination. So, later they said no, that partially digested food is called as cud. So, later that cud again returns to the mouth in small lumps. Lumps is nothing but small quantity, and animals chew it again for the complete digestion process. And this process is called rumination, and these types of animals are called as ruminants. Listen again. First, buffaloes and other grass eating animals eat the grass. So, they do not do complete digestion process. They are only broken down. That's all. Partially, that is half is only digested, and they store that in separate part of stomach called rumen. That food which is stored in the rumen is called, that is the partially digested food is called as cud. C-U-D, cud. Okay. Next. So that cud, later it again comes to the mouth. And the animals make chewing. This chewing process is called rumination. See, they used to always chew their mouths, right? That process is called as rumination. And these types of animals which do this process are called ruminants. Yes, we have seen about rumen, that is the separate part in the stomach, and then cud, and then rumination, and then ruminants. Okay, fine. So this is the digestive part of this. And see, it is eating the food through its mouth, and then so it just partially digest it and sent it to the rumen. See, this is the rumen. Okay. And then again this is the esophagus, that is windpipe and the food pipe for them. So it is stored in the rumen. This complete part is called as stomach. This complete part is called as stomach. So from rumen again the food comes to the mouth. Then the complete digestion process takes place, and again it is sent inside the stomach. Clear? And then so These carnivore animals have a longer digestive system as compared to herbivores. Yes, as compared to human beings and other herbivores, that is, they have the largest digestive system. These herbivores have a largest digestive system. These animals have a large sac-like structure called caecum between the esophagus, between the esophagus and the intestine, caecum. See, this is what it is, caecum. Okay, it is present between the stomach and the intestine. Yes, okay. So these animals have a bacteria in rumen which helps in the digestion of food which humans do not have. Okay, for example, if we eat grass, whether we are able to get the nutrient and whether we are able to digest it completely? Yes? No. Human beings cannot completely digest the grass, but animals can do, because they have a bacteria in the rumen. They have a special type of bacteria. These bacteria helps in the digestion of that grass. So that grass is rich in starch. Okay, but human beings do not have that bacteria. So the complete digestion of the grass do not takes place in humans. Up to this I hope you are clear. Yes? Okay. I'll tell you once again this one. See. First, these grass eating animals take in grass and then they store it in the separate part of rumen. They store it here. Okay. After storing it here, after they finish eating, now the digestion they starts. So the partially digested food which are present in the rumen, it comes out in small lumps, that is in small quantity again to the mouth, and they again start it chewing. This process is called as rumination, and the animals which do this rumination process are called as ruminants. Okay. Then next thing is I said about rumination over, they have the large intestine as compared to the carnivores. Yes, they have a large intestine. And then one more thing is, what do they have? They have a bacteria. They have some bacteria which is present in the rumen. So it helps in the digestion of grass. So this bacteria helps in the digestion of grass. So but human beings do not have this bacteria. So and this grass is rich in, that is starch, the cellulose material, but human beings are not able to, yes, digest the food grass completely. Up to this you are clear? Yes or no, children? Yes. Okay. And then I said what? They have, what is this? Caecum. Okay. So here only they store the food and absorb it, and then afterwards the undigested food are sent out through the large intestine. Up to this I hope you are clear? Yes? Up to this what we have covered? We have seen about, we have recapped the digestion in human beings. Yes? And then digestion process which takes place in grass eating animals. Digestion process which takes place in the grass eating animals. Yes, and then what are all the other things we have seen? We have seen about the why human beings are not able to digest the grass, but the grass eating animals are able to digest it, right? Okay, up to this you are clear. And then in the next slot we are going to see about the digestion process in amoeba. Digestion process in amoeba. What is mean by amoeba? What is mean by amoeba? Whether we are able to see that with our naked eyes? Whether we are able to see the amoeba with our naked eyes? Yes? Yes or no? Yes? Try to think and tell your answers within the next slot. Okay? Now we may continue it in the next one. Right? So if you have any doubts, ask me. Don't hesitate to ask.